Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Good evening. I hope you guys are having a great day. Yo, I apologize first of all because after my vacation, I got back home and man, let me tell you, I'm feeling sick. I got so much cough, it's not even funny. But anyways, welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday, fun day. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Every single time, I don't know why. I can never figure out the reason why it lags on me. Give me 1 sec. And my chicken is in. I lost one chicken, but it looks like my chicken is in. Let me zoom in just a little bit. How does that look? Does that look better? All right, let me see. Yeah, it's looking better. Let me see. Let me turn on some light. Oof, baby. Ooh, baby, I love the way. Every day. Yo, welcome. I am back to the grind. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I'm back from Denver, Colorado. I did get to go to SUI Summit. It wasn't what I expected. I think because I got there late the last day. It wasn't as popping as it would have at the beginning, so it was unfortunate. But I did get to go. I did get to pick up a hoodie, which I do have. So that was a win-win. I'm not gonna cry. Yo, Loud Daddy, what's going on, brother? Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Hope you guys had an amazing weekday. And we are now back to the grind. Let me go ahead and throw a little bit of some anxiety melting music so you guys can feel comfortable and chill. Loud Daddy, oh brother, I love hearing that. Let me see if I can turn this night mode on. Yeah, much better. Now I'm looking much better. So I do apologize. You guys want to see my chicken? Yo, W's in the chat if you want to see my chicken. Not a McChicken, but a chicken. The market, ladies and gentlemen, it just keeps teasing us. It goes up and down, up and down. I don't know what to tell you. All right, no W's in the chat. That means you don't want to see my chicken. But guess what? I'm going to show you my chicken anyways. Because she's the last one I have. Hello, princess. Come here. Come here, little pookie. All right, she's hiding. You guys got lucky because she's hiding. Bro, she's hiding. She's hiding. She does not want to come out. But anyways, yo, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I feel like whenever I don't turn on the stream, there's not a lot of people that create content live streaming for SUI. And it's very sad. We can have that. It looks like SUI is actually the only one that's doing pretty good with the daily 2% uprise. We are still feeling belly bullish. Let me know who got a Walrus airdrop. Cause yo, let me tell you that Steamy was good. That stimulus was I wanted to do the trick, but it didn't come out. That Steamy was delicious. It was good. I actually got 4 different airdrops from the Walrus. One of them, I put the entire thing into staking. The second one, half of it I put into staking. The other 2, I put into liquidity pools with Bob. And then the third one, I sold it. I sold 1. But I kind of wish I would have just sold at 60, not down. Yo, Loud Daddy, is this your first time about SUI, bro? Oof. Well, we are about to have a good time. I'm going to walk you through on everything that's SUI related. Like I said before, there's not a lot of people that talk about SUI. Or that I have seen, but let me tell you, I see the people that do live streaming. There's not that many. There's not much content, which is good because that means we are extremely early into the ecosystem. And the memes are, are getting there. Ooh, look at this. Upbit has SUI for $2.40. Excuse me. I do apologize. Like I said, I got this cough, man. It's been a pain in the butt. But anyways, I hope you guys have been making money. The market has been all over the place. Some people are making money in BNB. Other people are making money on Solana. I left Solana to come over to build on SUI. I really wanted to make something different. I wanted to build a community, and we're getting there. We are getting there. And I did launch a token called Bob the Blob. But in order for Bob to continue going up, we have to make a few changes. So we have to relaunch it. We have to relaunch it. And now we finally have some products that we have been able to create. We've been able to deliver. One of them being a volume bot. And we did pretty good. You know, a lot of people sold for, a lot of people were selling for like losses. Like people would buy and they would just sell for loss. I don't get it. But you know, at the end of the day, that's not my thing to worry about or my concern. My worry and my concern is to bring attention and awareness to the SUI ecosystem, and that's why we got Bob the Blob. Not only that, but we are actually, Bob the Blob was the initial token, but we rebranded to something else, and today you guys are gonna get, I don't know if I should do the mint today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be the best day to do it. Excuse me. Tomorrow we are going to be minting an NFT that is going to reveal the actual character of Bob. Because as you guys can see, Bob has changed. It is not the same blob. This is the new logo. And that is a fossil, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fossil. And so what we're going to be minting tomorrow is actually going to be a NFT that is going to show the character, and we're going to do something cool with it. I hope you guys enjoy what we're going to do. It's going to be really cool, I think, because it hasn't been done before. And then we're going to go from there. We're going to see what all the things we can do and continue building. So there's a couple of things that we are coming out with, and I'm going to try to make a new format where I do live streams and a couple of videos instead of hosting spaces. I realize that spaces sometimes are good, but most of the time they do waste a lot of time and you don't get a lot of productivity done, because whenever you are hosting spaces, you have to pretty much, talk to everyone that's around, pretty much get feedback. And so you drift from actually bringing attention and awareness to what you're trying to convey and what you're trying to relate to the people. So I'm going to be switching it up. So I'm going to be streaming Sundays. I'm going to be streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then Sunday all over again. So I'm going to have specific days where I'm going to be doing live streams, and I'm going to be talking about different things that are happening in the SUI ecosystem. But as always, throwing some love and support to Bob the Blob, or Bob, let me change that, Bob and PLANKZ. So let me show you the PLANKZ. PLANKZ is the art studio that we do have, and it is gonna be very, very cool whenever you guys see the NFTs. Let me see if there's sneak peeks. I think there were sneak peeks on X from the PLANKZ account. Let me tell you, these are top-notch NFTs. These are not your AI generated meme art. This is like top-notch art. Look at that. Oof. That's tough. That's tough, baby. Let's check out the next one. Look at that. Ooh. And here's a couple of other ones. Look at those, brother. Conviction is always key when you are building, and a lot of people come for the flips, for the quick flips. You know, they come and go. But look at that, bruh. Show me what other art pieces are being dropped like this. Not many, but PLANKZ is delivering. So hopefully, you guys get to enjoy some of these sneak peeks that we are dropping with PLANKZ. Bro, look at that. Look at that. So freaking fire. So fire. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Put it on, put it on. This is real gangsta love. Yeah, esto es real gangsta love.
Woo, baby. Look at that. Oh, that's hard, brother. Woo, fuego. Oh my God. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Bro, we're going to go through these and show you guys the traits. Look at that. Look at that, bro. There's a walrus one. Woo, baby. Look at that. Woo, baby. Woo, baby. Look at that. Oh, my goodness, bro. These are so fire. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at this. That's the one I'm rocking as my PFP. Woo, baby. Look at that gangster. Oh, those max are going to go hard. Look at this. Woo, baby. Bro, look at these. These, oh my God. These NFTs are going to be next level. I don't care what nobody says. These are going to be next level. Bro, look at that. So freaking sexy. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's fire. That's fire. Sheesh. That's just, bruh. This is what I call fine art. So we are gonna be doing some stuff. Satoshi Medic says stake and chill on Walrus LTS. Alright, Satoshi Medic, you're from the GG team, bro. Let's chat real quick. I relaunched Bob on GG's. What do we need to do? By the way, if you need to create a token on SUI, go to meme.gg's. Meme.gg's. Which, by the way, they also came out with another product. All right, let me show you where I created Bob. We're gonna... All right, memes.gg. That's where you can create your crypto SUI tokens. Let's launch the app real quick. Look at that. Axel got... This is us. This is us. What do I need to do to get that little swoosh? Although I don't need it, it still would look pretty cool. It would still look pretty cool. The cool new feature about this platform is that you can now burn the tokens. Back in the days, you really couldn't burn the tokens because they would just be sent to the burn address, which is 00000. But now they've actually enabled a a function that you can actually burn the tokens forever. They do not go to a 000x. They're burned from circulation. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to launch it on here. So as you guys can see, this is where we created the actual token. But unfortunately, RadenX hasn't updated their... RadenX has not updated their system. Hey, what's up, boy? My dog came back from... I don't want to sign up. All right, I have to connect using the bot. Hold on. Here we go. Let me get out of here real quick. All right, cool. If you guys go and look for Bob, you guys will see that it says that it's mint enabled, but it's really not. So we're having to deal with that, but it's not a biggie. It's not such a big deal. There's the old Bob, but we need the new Bob. All right, let me get the Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh no, here we go. All right, here we go. As you guys can see, there is 4 issues. It says the mint authority is enabled, which is not. And of course, the holders are holding a lot of tokens. That's because we're cooking. The devs are cooking. The devs are cooking. But anyways, that's what we got at hand. So Satoshi Medic, I'm waiting for the answer, bro. Who do I have to kiss so that we can get a little gold star? Azure did it. Shout out to Azure. I haven't seen Top in a while. I haven't seen him. And then Axel just did relaunch again. And that was a smooth transaction because they're up. They are up. Axel. They're at $4.1 million market cap. Look at that. That was beautiful recovery. Y'all should have bought right here. Gone up here. Take some profit. And then just recycle. And do it all over and all over and all over again. Alright, Satoshi Medic. I see you're ignoring me, bro. Should I FUD? I got nothing but time, bro. I just came to realize that. I got nothing but time. And the audience is starting to show up. The pumpkin token. If you guys have not gone into the pumpkin token, let me tell you. The bot they have, the Algobot that trades for you, the algorithmic trading. Oof. Baby, that's top next. That's next level. And you guys have to check it out. Here you go. Dex Algo. Basically, it trades for you. I can't show you my other trades. Because I have not set it up. But it's pretty simple. If you guys need help setting up your bot on how to get it going, I'm gonna open up a Discord channel where I'm gonna be teaching you guys some stuff for you guys, so that way you guys can be ahead of the curve. Because let me tell you, this bot trades while I sleep, and it's been doing pretty good. I cannot let me see if I have it here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Ooh, baby, I love the way. Nope. It's not this one. No, it's not this one. God, I need SUI to go back up to $2.80. That's what we need. That's what we need. Okay, so but basically, this bot basically just trades on its own because it's an AI, and it basically uses all of the data that has been fed through it. It looks through every single transaction, and it pretty much just tells you when you should buy and when you should sell. It's pretty cool. It does take a little bit of time to set it up, mainly because you have to put your private key, and a lot of people have been like scared to put it in, but it is safe. You know, Tyler has been working on this quite a bit, so you know he wants to make sure that these products are safe for everyone to use, and that way other people can utilize it. All right, Satoshi Medic, I see you, bro. All right. The Walrus airdrop. Oh my goodness. The Walrus airdrop was delicious. It was yummy. And I'm going to show you where you can stake your Walrus airdrop, and which of my choices I think is the best node to stake your Walrus airdrop. And the Walrus is doing pretty good. Look at that, 42 cents. It ran up to 61 cents. So a lot of people made some good money. Fortunately enough for me, I did have 3 airdrops that I got sent to me. So four. So I was blessed. I was loving it. Look at that. Thanks for being part of the Walrus and SUI community. Let's freaking go. All right, so I'm gonna show you where you need to go so that you can earn some extra moolah, because if you do stake some of your Walrus, you will be able to receive some future airdrops. So I'm gonna show you that today. All right, so the place you want to go is claim.walrus.xyz. This is where you can connect your wallet to see if you qualify for the Walrus airdrop. There are so many weird ways that you qualified for the airdrop that nobody really knows what qualifies you for the airdrop and what doesn't. All I know is that some people got some huge allocations and others didn't get that much. So if you want to know, just go to your wallet and it's gonna tell you right off the bat whether you're eligible or not, because it's gonna have that. I already claimed mine, so I don't need it. So the next thing you need to do is you need to go to the Walrus website once you claim your tokens, and then you're gonna go where it says stake your Walrus. Excuse me. All right, I need to get the screams out of the way because, oh my God. All right, so once you do connect, let me go ahead and get out of here because it's not where I wanted to connect. You're gonna connect your wallet where you have your Walrus, and then you can look pretty much through all of the different companies that have their nodes where you can stake. You can change it by voting weight, or just by random, or by name. Now, I am gonna tell you guys that the best undervalued protocol out there right now in the SUI ecosystem is Aftermath. Aftermath is one of the most underrated protocols on the SUI ecosystem, and I used every single protocol on there, all of them. I think that's one of the reasons why I got so many different airdrops, because I used them all. I used every single one of them, and by far Aftermath has been the best protocol that I have used up to date. Not only that, but they are driven by community, which is one of the most important things as a developer, as a community member, because we don't want to be sold by other protocols a way to be verified. Now, there is a couple of protocols that require you to do big things so that you can get verified. For example, Turbos requires you to have $50,000 in liquidity for them to verify you. Aftermath charges way less than that. They charge $0. And the good thing about Aftermath is that most of the things and the product and the features that they do have, they don't charge a dime. And I got on them. I'm like, bro, you need to start charging for some of these things, because you know, these utilities, these things you're providing, you gotta make some money. So I do know that they were not charging any fees whenever you created your swaps. At first, they were not charging any fees whenever they did the DCA function, whenever you wanted to DCA into a project. Excuse me. And they gave me an egg, and I'm always gonna be grateful for that, because when you do something nice for people, they're always going to remember. So by far the best protocol on the SUI ecosystem that is very community active and is always working nonstop to build things is Aftermath, in my opinion. So I I'm a firm pusher of Aftermath. If whether you're gonna do building liquidity pools, whether they're gonna be exotic, I pretty much do everything on Aftermath. So if you guys are not familiar with Aftermath, I highly recommend you guys get familiar with Aftermath. They got a lot of different things that you can do on it. You can, use a swap. You can swap your tokens. You can also DCA. You can DCA, and now they added a function where you can set your limit order. So if you're trying to buy something, then you can put it for whatever amount of, you can set your target of where you want it to buy, and it will buy for you. Plus, they have a bridge, which is one of the best ones that I've seen so far. You can literally bridge from Solana to SUI and back and forth. And it's very simple. It's just a matter of connecting both wallets, and it will work. So there you go, connected. it doesn't. You for this function for the bridge, I highly recommend going to the other. Wait. Where is it? Okay, let's try this again. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay, you have to put Solana. There you go. All right, so we're gonna connect our Phantom wallet. There you go, it's connected. And then we're gonna do the SUI wallet, which I already have. And then we're gonna do this. And we're basically gonna bridge one SUI to either Solana or USDC. But as you guys can see, there's a big price difference. But it doesn't matter because, you know, if you want something done within the first 5 minutes, you don't want to wait for long. But you can literally bridge from Solana to SUI or from SUI to Solana within the same within the same protocol. So they have a lot of different functions, and I do appreciate them for that. And that's why I'm a big pusher and a big believer of Aftermath. And so if you want to support those that continue showing up every single day and they do bad for the little guys, stake your walrus with Aftermath. Just go in there, put stake, put it all in there. If you have some, if you don't, do 25. You know, I try to do at least 25% on every single wallet. That way I could get another airdrop. So that way, you know, I get to, so that way I can earn some of those future airdrops as well. So definitely use Aftermath. There's Bucket Protocol, there's Cetus, there is Walrus LTS, as Satoshi just mentioned. And I think that one does qualify you to receive future airdrops. The only thing that it does not qualify you is whenever you are putting it in the lending does not count. So as you guys know, there's been a lot of shady stuff that has happened in the past with the lending protocols, people borrowing up and shorting it because they've been dumping the token. So there's just a lot of heavy money that gets pushed in the SUI ecosystem. It's not for the degen plays, but it's bigger stuff. Let me show you here. All right, should be here. Walrus LTS. LST. There you go. Okay, so it is the Winter Walrus. Brother, the cough don't want to leave me. All right, so you can deposit your tokens into Winter Walrus, and they will qualify you for a future airdrops, and you do get some other stuff. I have not messed with it. Like I mentioned, I'm starting to be very particular with the projects that I give light to because, listen, this is the fourth quarter. New people are coming. This is the time that you gotta show the community that you're here. You're trying to show up, and you're pretty much trying to give light to those that show up every single day. So, like I mentioned, I did send a message. They ignore me, but guess what? I'm gonna turn this sucker on every single day, and we're gonna be talking about the different protocols that are building and are doing things within the ecosystem. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely do your own research. But for staking, I highly recommend you guys use Aftermath. This one is on Trusted Point, which I'm gonna take it out because I did stake it on my other account. So let me go ahead and stake it here. Where the Aftermath boys at? So we're gonna stake it all into Aftermath. Yo, I should take a picture of that. That looks sexy. There you go. You know what? Take a picture of that. Dang. All right, let me see how it looks. How does it look? Dang. I missed it by an inch. I just missed it. Oh, goodness. All right, we're gonna take a picture here. I'm gonna make a post too. I like it when you call me señorita. No, I don't like that. Please don't call me señorita. Please don't call me señorita. Please don't call me señorita. Sir, please don't call me señorita. Yo, let me know if this music in the background is making you guys feel sleepy. Yo, what up, Bob Byrne? What's good, baby? What is poppin', brother? There you go. Let me copy that sucker real quick. All right, we're gonna make a post. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you the other cool stuff that you can do in Aftermath as well, because they got a lot of cool things. All right, aside from doing swaps, aside from doing bridging, the other thing that you can do is you can actually create liquidity pools and farms. So if you're a project and you want to incentivize your community to stake their tokens, you can do that because they do have farms, which is pretty awesome. And you can also create liquidity pools with exotic pairs that will give you some sweet returns. As you guys can see, I've created a Walrus Bob liquidity pool, which is an exotic pair. And the payout is juicy. The payout is juicy. It is 417%, and it basically just lets the people borrow your tokens to trade it back and forth, and we get to earn a sweet 4% from every single trade that happens. So far, we do have a decent chunk of tokens in there. We have 1700s locked up, and those are earning 417 APR. So it's a win-win for everybody that participates. And I think that's one of the biggest utility that Bob does have, that whenever you create liquidity pools on exotic pairs, they pay really good. Because the way it works is whenever there's a token that is getting, say for example, I'm gonna show you in Bird Eye, because Warriors doesn't work as well. Let me go back to B1 because I don't like B2. B2 is too ratchy. Look at that. Bob is number 3. Let's go, baby. And trending. Oh, God, that was a horrible cough. All right, so check this out. Let me break it down to you guys how it works. So basically, whenever there is a liquidity pool that has a cheaper price on the token that's getting purchased the most. So for example, Walrus, it is basically going to buy Bob. And as you guys can see, it basically it uses SUI to buy Bob, and then it takes it out of the liquidity pool. So it swaps your Bob for the Walrus and sends it to the person that is swapping. The person that is swapping, that's where it takes it from. And so what happens is, when that happens nonstop every single minute of the hour, that's when you start earning a lot of fees. That's when the APR starts kicking in and everything starts going up. So as you guys can see, there's many different tokens that are paired to it. So whenever there's buys and sales on the Walrus, there's many different liquidity pools that are opened up with it. As you guys can see, there's Hasi, there is STS SUI, there's Deep, there's Bucket. So whenever there is many different things happening within those liquidity pools, then we get to take advantage of the arbitrage opportunity, and that's where we can get, we'll rack up. Not only that, but the fees that get accumulated are they're decent. They're good. You know, they're really, really good. So the more liquidity that's in there, the more it's gonna trade. So the more there's trades, the more the more fees that are gonna get generated, and the more your tokens start to stack up. The one thing about these liquidity pools is that they're not first. Well, they're they always stay within range. So if there's too much of one liquidity of this pool, or if there's too many tokens getting pulled out, it's basically going to weigh it out, so where it always sustains the same amount of tokens. Because whenever you do pull tokens into turbos or CETAs and you put them without a target, you can get cleared out, which means that if the price of Walrus starts going up and your liquidity pool has them cheap, it'll start buying the tokens and it'll start swapping the Walrus for SUI. And then once it empties out, that's it. You have no more Walrus tokens. So that's the difference between those liquidity pools and this liquidity pool here with Aftermath, is that it always keeps the weight within the same amount. It keeps it at 50-50. So whenever there's less tokens in, it's gonna pull the other way, where it's gonna start, you know, swapping the other way. So that way the the pool doesn't empty out from one side. So it's really good in the long term, because when tokens are down, they'll still trade back and forth, but whenever they start going up, then that's when you want to retrieve it, because if it goes from 40 cents to 80 cents, then you definitely want to close out your liquidity pool and you want to go ahead and sell your tokens so that you can have another entry, right? At least that's how a lot of people have been doing it. So for those reasons is why I love Aftermath. And like I said, they are the most community driven protocol on SUI, that they're always there for the community. Like, you have no idea how many times I've asked them, like, hey, can you verify this? They're like, yeah, right ahead. And they're very, very community friendly. I could never get the same thing from other protocols. Yeah, no. I don't know where Satoshi went, but never answered me. But anyways, that is the reason why I am always going to be pushing for these type of protocols that are within the ecosystem and they're helping the little guys. I still consider we are the little guys, and they're always showing up. So a big shout out to them. A big thank you for everything they do. And like I said, if you got your Walrus airdrop and you want to stake it, yo, go ahead and stake that sucker in Aftermath. Oh Lord, that was that sneeze cleared out my tonsils. But anyways, there is more notes on there that you can stake, but my choice, and I highly recommend everyone doing, is Aftermath. Aftermath has definitely been grinding nonstop, and there are some new players coming into SUI. I don't know if you guys knew, but there is Claysaurus. They're coming. The Claynosaurus are coming to SUI. Nifty, or is it Nifty? Nifty Tools is also coming. So I'm excited, because that means the big boys are coming and we are getting ready to welcome them all. Let me go ahead and see here. I'll find it. Give me 1 sec. Oh, by the way, if you guys have projects, make sure to open up a liquidity pool in CETAs, because CETAs is they partnered up with Phantom. So whenever you want to see your tokens show up in Phantom Wallet, it would be a great idea to here's my SUI wallet. There you go. Look at that, baby. Oh my God, that looks beautiful. Look at that logo. That looks sexy. Bob. Look at that logo. It looks sexy. So whenever, excuse me. So whenever you do have a project, make sure to open up a liquidity pool with CETAs. That way they can show up. Do a minimum of at least $250 so that it shows up. I still have my SUI bets, which there's going to be an announcement coming up. I still have my PLANKZ, but we're going to be bringing something pretty cool. I do have to create some more liquidity pools with these as well. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. But anyways, oh, yo, FWinX. FWin. Bro, we got so screwed out of that freaking airdrop. I mean, the pre-sale. I'm so mad with WinX. I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna go ahead and just let my mouth run because that's what I'm good at. My girlfriend says I'm good at running my mouth, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yo, WinX is a casino that offered a pre-sale to everyone that wanted to get into the pre-sale, right? They're like, hey, we're gonna give y'all a pre-sale. Where's my pre-sale? I did play with their thing because it was, bro, I can't even see airdrops. Okay, here's a pre-sale. All right, so I got a pre-sale. Wrong wallet. Oh, penalty ends in 6 days. Okay, let's go. So in 6 days, I will be able to retrieve my tokens that I paid for out of 5 million market cap when it was just supposed to be a 400K market cap. So let me show you. There's a freaking pre-sale. Yeah, there it is. So if I want to retrieve my pre-sale right now of 333,000, I would have to pay them $40 to retrieve my tokens. Do you know how much 333 tokens is worth now? I don't. So we're gonna do this real quick. Why is there two WinX? Bruh. Brother. All right, let's do WinX. Here we go. All right. Yeah, sounds about right. No, that's a different one. That was a month ago. Let me see here. Where's WinX? Where's WinX? Bro, their volume is so low, they're not even showing up on the list. Oh, Lord. Bro, I can't even, bro. I can't even. All I gotta say is, screw WinX for screwing us over out of the pre-sale, which was literally, Oh, I have to wait another month. My bad. I have to wait another month so that I don't have to play, so that I don't have to get charged a penalty, bro. I have to wait another month to get my tokens out. Because if I want to get them out right now, it would cost me $50. $43. It would cost me $43. Hold on. Do I have any tokens? We're gonna find the actual series 2. And another thing about WinX is that a lot of people won some stuff and they never got paid out. They never got paid out. Kangaroo was one of them. He always had an issue with them because they would never pay. You know, they have not been able to get paid. And the market cap is literally sitting at 738. They did a flyer where we were going to be getting the pre-sale at 450K market cap. And when everything came to shove, it was literally a 5 million market cap that they sold us the pre-sale. And of course, we couldn't take it out because we had to pay penalties. So what ended up happening was that when they did other pre-sales with other protocols, they did ICOs or IDOs, and they got older tokens and we never got our tokens. So from the get-go, this launch was just horrendous. We still have our pre-sale money that we're probably down on because if I bought in at a 5 million market cap and it's selling at 700. I already lost my money from the pre-sale. So let me see. 333,000 tokens is worth. I just need the contract address. Probably won't even populate on here. There it is. All right, so 333,000 tokens that I paid 50 SUI for is worth $26. So it's about 12 SUI. And I don't know why people are not making a bigger fuss about it. So yeah, automatically already lost 40 SUI from the pre-sale that we initially got for 400K market cap. I'm gonna start doing individual actual videos just on the different things that have happened in the SUI ecosystem so that people can become aware of these things. Because nobody ever stepped up and literally complained. And they're still running. They're literally still running. And they pretend like nothing happened. And that's the thing about the SUI ecosystem. There's not a lot of accountability. I think there's more drama within the devs and the foundation than there is with the projects or people actually, you know, complaining to the projects when they get screwed over. But that's about to change. That is about to change. So I'm gonna make another video this and then upload it to YouTube so that way you guys can stay up to date on everything that's currently happening in the SUI ecosystem, because some of these things just get swept under the rug and nobody bats an eye. But as you guys can see, I am still to claim my tokens that I paid 50 SUI for. And the pre-sales usually do give you advantage before they go into the market. That's why it's called the pre-sale. And as you guys can see, we literally dropped below the launch price, which was right here. Right here. It launched at 2 million market cap and we're sitting at 700. So that means somebody sold that got tokens before anybody else. And if I want to retrieve my tokens right now, I have to pay $19. I literally have to pay more than what the tokens are worth. And that's just a bunch of BS. But like I mentioned, the gloves were coming off. I'm going to be turning on these streams and these live videos a lot more possible every single day. I wanted to have a rhythm, but I'm going to try to do this every single day, because the more awareness and the more people are aware of what's happening in the SUI ecosystem with different protocols and different projects, the more people are going to be able to do their own research and understand who's building and who's extracting. And so far, my man, they're only extracting so far. How do you fall below that? The only reason you fall below a launch price is when you have insiders get more tokens. That's it. The last biggest buy that came in was 86 bucks. That was 5 hours ago. This is just trash, bro. Like literally, this is trash. They never even took the time to update the stupid banner. Excuse me. And nobody bats an eye. Why? I don't know. I think people are scared. I ain't scared. I got nothing but time, like I said. And I got something else cooking. So I'm not going to be reliant or dependent on what happens here on Web3, because it hit me. Today it hit me. So stay tuned, because I got a lot more content coming out. It's going to be really, really, really good. Let me see if my stream's still going. I don't know if I'm going to be talking to myself. No, there's 222 people watching the stream. All right. Look at this. We got an audience of what is happening in the SUI ecosystem. All right, let's spill the tea. So there was a lot of tea with Jose. Jose felt some type of way against the foundation, and I think they were not the only team that spoke about it. But I think Adeni made it right, because you know they made their staking system where they would be able to receive airdrop, which other protocols will not be receiving airdrops. You know, they're basically just lending the tokens out, so they're not going to be receiving that. So anyways, the tea was that some of these projects are not getting the support from the foundation as other projects are doing. And so this happened with Aftermath. This happened with Jose and all the things that he is building. And this is the one they had created. So there was a lot of drama. There was more tea than, you know, the current tea that everybody's used to, which is usually community members versus devs or devs versus devs. I don't got time for that, but I do have time to bring you guys up to date on everything that's currently happening in the SUI ecosystem. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna be doing these. I'm gonna try to do this every single day, because if I can take 1 hour or 45 minutes and compile everything that has happened, it is gonna be very beneficial to you, and it's always gonna be on the YouTube channel. So if you want to go back, if you missed the previous streams, you can always go back to YouTube, watch the stream, or also you can watch it here on X. And I'm gonna put a thread of all the live streams that I've been doing, so that way you guys can keep up for the week, and we'll compile it. Like I said, if I do take 1 hour, it's not gonna kill me. But if I do take a 3-4 hour spaces, then that does drain me. So like I mentioned, there's gonna be a lot of things, and there is not a lot of people talking about SUI in the timeline. That's why we have 232 people here watching the stream, because there's not much of anyone showing up and telling you guys what's happening in the SUI ecosystem. So that's about to change. That is about to change. In other news, the Final Four are gonna be the top 1 seats in the country. We're rooting for the Gators since they are in the SEC. Oh, Auburn is also in the SEC. Let's freaking go, brother. We got 2 teams in the SEC, so only one of them will come out on top. Oh, man, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game, and that's gonna be next Saturday. So, oh my goodness. In other news, the Yankees took out 12 home runs because now they have cylinder bats that have like a big old cylinder cup in the in the logo. So they just been knocking home runs. A lot of people are complaining, but I guess it is what it is. So that's what's happening right now in the SUI ecosystem. That's what's happening on the timeline. That's what's currently happening with these different protocols. But I will tell you something that we got cooking, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming out with a little mini casino. Where's Bob? Let me bring out Bob. And tomorrow, I'm going to do the mint. I'm going to be doing the mint for the reveal of the character of Bob. Bob used to be a blob, but that has changed. We have transition, we have created a new character, and so you guys are gonna get to mint that character. And the only thing you need to do is go to our Discord and put in your wallet address where it says Bob Mint right here. So you guys go to Bob Discord server, go to Bob Holders Mint whitelist, and put your wallet address. The only requirement you need to have is 1 million tokens. If you don't have 1 million tokens, you are gonna be getting one of these little emojis, which is the death. That means you're not gonna be entered into the whitelist event. So we are transitioning from Telegram into Discord. Excuse me, because Discord is more organized versus Telegram is pretty much all over the place, and you really can't. Whenever I'm running the volume bot or whenever I'm doing ranking, there's just way too many pings that come in left and right, and so you really can't have a conversation in the Telegram. So for that reason, we are going to be transitioning over to the Discord. So if you guys want to find me, I'm going to be more active in the Discord. If you guys need to ask questions, all the information is going to be there. And in the upcoming days, like I mentioned, there's going to be some big changes coming, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Not to mention, I'm back to the grind, so I'm definitely going to be doing more content, more live streams. And as you guys can see, people are here because they want to know what's up with SUI. So we have 241 people. So shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Oh, Lord. I don't know who's doing the signs, but they're doing them right. They are doing them wrong, brother. All right. So the mint is going to be a free mint of the NFTs. And let me emphasize something for the people. There's many different things that NFTs can be used for. There is NFTs that have utility behind them. There is many NFTs that, let me take my, I gotta unlist my, I gotta take out my, my cats because there's gonna be a mint, and the requirement was you had to unlist them. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I have to ask Gray how that's gonna work out because relaunching unlist. Relaunching a whole NFT collection. That's a tough one. Oh Lord. Oh, Sola, I have not seen you in a minute. Where have you been? Let me see. What's the current floor price on these? Where have you been, Sola? Where have you been? Yeah, they're at 18, so yeah, we gotta start delist. No, I'm gonna leave that one. You know what? Should we take the bid on that one? I don't know. That's 10 SUI for a gold one. 10 SUI like 20 bucks. No. I'm gonna unlist it because I want to keep my cats. But I will say that's gonna be a hard thing to follow through because relaunching a whole new NFT collection to mint it's gonna be something. All right, Sola, let's get back to your question. That's a good question, by the way. Very good question. So we do have a new character for Bob. Good eye, good observation on the horns. Tomorrow you guys are gonna find out what that is, what the little horn is. Tomorrow the character is gonna be revealed. There has been some sneak peeks, but with PLANKZ, let me see here. There has been a couple of sneak peeks that I've dropped in here, but you guys are gonna get a better picture, a better clear. And I think the way I'm gonna do it, you guys are gonna enjoy it because it's gonna be cool. Here you go. This is the this was a little sneak peek of the new character for Bob. But you guys have not seen his entire body, so you guys are gonna find that out tomorrow. Like I said, it's gonna be a free mint. The only thing you need to do is you just need to hold 1 million Bob, and 1 million Bob is like 10 bucks. Less than that? 1 million, I think it's like $5. Less than that? I don't know. It's very. Hey, let's go, my man RMO. What's good, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing good. So, let me show you what else I'm cooking with Bob. Oh shoot. Yeah, we're bringing this to the SUI ecosystem. We're not gonna stay behind. We're gonna compete. We're gonna be bringing an arcade that you can play with your Bob. You can play with SUI. You can play with PLANKZ. You can play with Wise Guy. You can play with Azure token to help those communities grow. And that way you can have the tokens to utilize one way or another. So this is coming out in a couple of weeks. This is our mini arcade, which is going to have a jackpot, a wheel of fortune, and dice. Dice, I never liked dice, but there's some people that do like it. Some people do like it. And while we're talking about little arcades, I do want to give a shout out to Forehead Games. This is another project that has been building. Look at these fools. They don't follow me, but yet they want me to give them some love, man. Anyways, I am appreciative to them because they did a contest and I won like 200 SUI. So no, 400 SUI. It was lit. But anyways, I'm going to show you how their arcade works. So basically it's picking heads or tails, but the cool thing is that if you pick tails on every single one of these and they all come out tails and you put a bet of 2 SUI, this get multiplied by 50. So if all of those end up being tails, then your one bet of 1 SUI on the snake bet will give you 50x. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. And so you can win, you know, up to like 50 SUI. We're gonna play here in a little bit. Let me let my dog in real quick. Hey, why did you use the peanut butter candy? I saw you. Yo, my freaking dogs ate the mazapanes I had. It's like peanut butter candy. Buttholes. All right, I'm gonna show you how this works. So basically, you get to bet whether it's gonna be heads or tails, and then you get to bet. You know, we're gonna do 0.5 on this one. If it is a heads, then I'll end up making 0.6. Tails, this is a 2x, so I'll do another 0.5 on this one. On this one, if it's heads, I'll get a 1.6 multiplier. We're gonna do another 0.5 on this one, and then this one is 50-50. I'm gonna go with heads. We're gonna do another 0.5. And then I cannot bet on the snake because they're not all gonna be tails. So we're gonna go ahead and flip the coin. All right, 2 SUI going in, and we're gonna see how many times we win. Oh, let's go, brother. Excuse me. So I just hit. Oh my God, that's a 75% return, brother. Oh man, I wish I would have hit those tails. All right, so I did get the 2 heads right. I did get the 1 tail right as well, and they paid out pretty good. So I ended up making 3 SUI. That's dope. That's pretty dope. So these games are pretty fun to do. There's other ones, but I'm not familiar with them, and I'm not gonna go in. I'm not gonna waste my time, because you know I have nothing to do with them. But there's definitely other projects that you can go and find on SUI. But the ones that I'm concentrating on are the ones that we've done collaborations with, or we've done giveaways with, or that have given us stuff to create partnerships and whatnot. So I highly recommend you guys using forehead.fun. It's pretty awesome, and as you guys can saw, I won 1 SUI. I put 2 in, I got 1, so that's not bad. Look at that. We betted 2 and we won 3. So, and a lot of people are not using it, so this is pretty fun. Everybody should be using it. Oh, I needed that because my cough was rough. So definitely make sure you guys check it out. And as you guys can see, you can go in here and play with 1.1, 0.2, another 0.2. All right, what am I feeling? I'm feeling like it's gonna be old tails. All right, we're gonna see. Here we go to SUI. Let's see what happens. If I get all 4 tails, ooh, brother. Can you imagine if I hit all 4 tails and then I get the snake? Oh, baby, that would have been 50 SUI. That would have been awesome. So make sure that you guys check out forehead.fun. I actually heard about this project because Adani had actually tweeted about it. Like, hey, I'm at the dev for Forehead. So everybody go show him some love. Go play with it. So that's the reason I knew about, these guys. So it was pretty cool. Let's check out the leaderboard. My transactions. Let me see how many times I've won. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've won some pretty decent times. Look at that. I think I've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've won 6 times and I've lost 4. That's not bad. 60% return on my investments. That's not bad. So I highly recommend you guys use Forehead. It's pretty fun. It's pretty simple. And soon you guys are actually gonna be able to experience what we got cooking with Bob the Blob as well. And another thing with that we currently do have, and I'm gonna show you how that works, because I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to the things that are getting built around the SUI ecosystem, but they're gonna play a pivotal point whenever more volume comes in, because new tokens are gonna come out, and those new tokens are gonna need volume bots. And let me tell you, right now we have created the best volume bot in the SUI ecosystem that is cost effective. That is the most important thing. Now, I'm gonna show you something. Whenever I first came into the SUI ecosystem, as you guys know, in the Solana ecosystem, there's like 5 or 6 different bots that will create volume for you and ranking. They'll rank you up in the deck screener, right? But here on SUI, that was not the case. There was not many volume bots, and the ones that were here were very, very expensive. So back in the day, if you wanted to run a volume, a ranking bot, if you wanted to create a ranking bot, I'm gonna show you how much I used to pay for it. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you how much I used to pay to get one ranking bot going. So in order for the ranking to take effect, you would have to make at least 1,000 transactions to really rank up in the chart. So if you had your project and you needed it to get ranked up and to be, in the front page of Deck Screener, you needed to run a ranking bot so that people could see your project. Let me show you what I used to pay back in the day. All right, let me show you real quick. I want you guys to get an idea and a visualization of how much we have improved our services. Here we go. Oh Lord. All right, I'm going to show you. Is this live? Yeah, of course it's live, Wise Degen. Otherwise it would not be turned on X, bro. X doesn't run reruns unless you put them. But anyways, yeah, this is live. Welcome. All right, I'm gonna show you the biggest knockout that we've created for the SUI ecosystem. So back in the day, whenever I came into SUI, if I wanted to get a transaction, if I wanted to get a ranking bot, these would be the prices. For the first time, at Crypto5, what's good, bruh? Yeah, hang around, free mint. All right, let me show you. If you wanted to get ranking, if you wanted to get 1,000 transactions of buys and sells from different wallets, because that's how you will rank up, you would have to pay the first time $150. The first time is $150. The second time, if it was like you got your first one out of the way and you wanted to come in and do a second time, you would have to pay $250 to run 1,000 transactions on a ranking bot. $250. I used to pay $250 to get the ranking bot to rank up, to get the token trending. That's how much I would used to pay, $250. The first time it was $150, which was not bad. I'm currently live on X, Twitch, and YouTube. And I think Party as well. Party.fun. And Kick. I think also Kick. Yeah, live, Twitch, YouTube, Kick. I'm everywhere, bro. Anyways, so I want to show you exactly what we built, and it's gonna be a game changer. It is already a game changer, and a lot of people are using it. So you could not get a ranking bot for less than $150 the first time. The second time, $250. All right. So, if you wanted to get, the ranking bot, if you want to get some volume bot, $240 the first time. The second time, $300. You had to cough up some serious money, to get these things going. Like, you literally had to pay up to get things going. So what happened? Well, this is what happened. Along came Bob, along came Pepe, and along came SUI Bets. And together, we came together to create the best volume ranking and token burning bot available in the market currently on the SUI ecosystem. And I'm going to show it to you how it works. First thing you need to do is you need to follow SUI Booster. All right, let me make sure you guys following along. The name of it is SUI Booster. Look at that, SUI Booster. This is our page. Make sure you follow it. Show us some love, because you're gonna need it. All right, here we go. So if you need a user Telegram bot, is right there. So I'm gonna show you what the bot looks like. And so there's two functions: start or help. So we're gonna go ahead and start the bot. So the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out which liquidity pool you want to utilize. In this case, I'm gonna show you how I do that. We're gonna go find Bob. There's Bob. We're gonna get the contract address. Now we're gonna go back to the Telegram. we're gonna hit turbos because that's where the liquidity is at, and we're gonna hit that. We're gonna go ahead and send it, and now it's gonna tell you which liquidity pool you wanna, do. And of course, we're gonna do the 4,300. And now you have 3 different options. You have the volume bot, which before you would have to pay $250 to use. You have the ranking bot, which before you would have to pay $150 for. And then I want to throw some credit my way. I created the function of hype, which basically it buys microtransaction, and it just puts green on your chart, and every single transaction that buy does, it sends it to the burn address. So this is the function that nobody has, which is basically burning tokens. So if you want to have a burn event with your community, you can go and you can burn 5 SUI, you can burn 1 SUI, you can burn 10 SUI, and it's just going to put buying pressure into your chart, and it's going to send those tokens into the burn address, and everything is going to be, you can track it. It doesn't send it anywhere else. It just buys it and burns it, buys it and burns it, buys it and burns it. And that helps you rank, because not only is it just doing microtransactions, but it basically putting in buys, and it actually helps your algorithm continue to go up in the deck screener. So this is hype. This just burns tokens. So I'm gonna show you the hype. That's that's pretty simple. But the ranking bot, this is what I wanted to show you, because nobody else in the market can do what our volume bot can do, and I'm going to show you that right now. So I want my token to get ranked, right? If I go to the rank bot, it is going to tell me, hey, we're going to do turbos, we're going to do the contract address of Bob, and this is where you need to put your money. So I'm going to copy the address, and here's the fun part. There is no limit on the amount of SUI you deposit. The more you add, of course, it's going to run longer, but there's no limit. If I wanted to run a ranking bot on this, you guys saw that it would cost, $150. So check this out. We're going to change that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the deposit. As you guys can see, there's no buys or sells within the past 12 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and send 1 SUI. I'm going to send just 1 SUI, 1 miserable SUI to the contract address. I'm going to send it. All right. So my transaction has sent 1 SUI into the bot. And the cool thing about ours is that you can see what's happening. You can hit the status, and it's going to tell you that the bot is currently waiting so that it can start making the transactions once it receives the money. Once it receives the money, then it's going to do the buys and the sells so that you can start ranking up. Now remember, before, for you to do a ranking bot, you would have to pay $150 per micro ranking, which would get you 1,000 buys and 1,000 sells for $150. The second time, you would have to pay $250. Now, I'm about to show you that we're about to turn this sucker on with 1 SUI. This bot is gonna start running with 1 SUI. $2 and what are we at? 30 cents? $2.30. So $2.30. I am going to start running microtransactions on this chart with the amount that I just put in. So now we just wait patiently. We sit back, and what is going to happen is going to start making little baby buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells. Voila! Look at that. We got our first baby transaction. Oh baby, Zada. So basically, what it's going to do, it's going to do buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And it's going to start ranking the actual project in the deck screener. So as deck screener detects more buys and sells that are currently happening, then we're gonna go from being on the 100 place to being in the 78, 34, 10 SUI. If you burn 10 SUI, or if you put 10 SUI in the ranking bot, you will rank up to number 30 with 10 SUI. 10 SUI. $25 will get you to the top of 30. It is that simple. Nobody else in the SUI ecosystem is doing what we're doing with our bot. Nobody. And I'm telling you this because I tried them all, and I've made sure that I went and tried to do with one SUI. Nothing will happen. Nothing happened at all. So that is one of the projects that's one of the products that we currently have on the market, and that is going to generate revenue. And basically with that revenue, we're able to keep trending on the deck screener for as long as we can. Right now, I did take a break from trending. The first 5 days, how long have we been out for? 5 days? Yeah, something like that. The first 5 days, we were trending nonstop on, under 20. Under 20, we were trending nonstop. Under 20. We're just trending nonstop. Excuse me. But I had to stop because I'm about to do something tomorrow that it's gonna go really, really well. And I do not want to keep trending until everything is put into place. And so buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. But that is one of the first tools that we've created for the SUI ecosystem that anyone and everyone can use, and especially projects that can benefit. And as you guys can see, look at this. I was able to turn on the ranking bot for one SUI. There's no other project on the SUI chain right now that are doing what we just did with our bot. There's nobody, guaranteed. If you can find it, I'll send you 50 SUI. But there ain't, because I tried them all. And nobody wants to give you a service for one SUI because they don't make money. But at the end of the day, it's not about money. It's never about the money, right? As the Joker says, it's never about the money. It's about... What does the quote say? I forgot. This music doesn't make me sound gangster. It's about... Dang, I forgot the quote. Somebody in the chat say it. What's the quote? It's not about the money. It's about... I lost it, and you guys are not helping me. All right, I'm gonna go ask chat. I'm gonna ask Grok. It's about... No. Let me see. Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns. So it's never about the money. It's never about the money. It's always about sending a message of who we are, what we're building, and what we are going to continue to build in the SUI ecosystem. And it doesn't matter what the chart looks like. What matters is the things that we're coming out with, and about sending a message that we are building things that have not been seen here in the SUI ecosystem before. And this bot, SUI Booster, is just that. The SUI Booster is the top of the top. It is the best volume bot that's currently available in the SUI ecosystem. Go ahead and put it up against anybody, any other bot. I guarantee you they're not going to be able to compete, because it's not about the money. It's about sending a message about what we're building, and anybody can utilize it. Anybody. And you can do multiple things. You can, besides doing the ranking, the buys and sells, the microbot, you can also, run a volume bot on it as well. I will say for the volume, there's a minimum of 15 SUI. It says 30, but it's in reality is 15, because if you choose this option, and I'm going to show you how to hack it. I'm going to show you the hack. So when you go to the volume bot, you can actually use it for 15 SUI. Because sometimes projects don't have that much money. We were one of them that we did not have money to push it out. We didn't have money, so it was very tight. So we made this project thinking about the small projects that are trying to build something, but they don't have a lot of money. So if you select your liquidity pool, and then you select you know, you put it here, you put it there. Oh shoot, I put blue moon. No, it's turbos. My bad, bro. My bad. Turbos. Okay. Here we go. And then it's gonna give me the pools. There is the pool. Okay, so whenever you click on the volume bot, you can actually run it for 15 SUI. You do not need to do the minimum of 30 SUI. You can do it for literally 15 SUI. So here's the trick. You have to put it into the minimal transaction per minute. So give me 1 sec. So in other bots, what you would be able to do with, you know, with the volume bots, you could do 1 transaction per minute, 3 transactions per minute, or 6 transactions per minute. So basically it would do buy, sell. That would be your 6 transactions. Or it would do buy, sell, which would be your 3 transactions. Or it would do buy, sell, which technically, you know, 1 transaction per minute. It would buy 1 minute and sell the other minute. But when you choose within our bot the option to do 1 minute per transaction, and then you do the minimum of 10 SUI, you know, we'll spend 10 SUI, you can actually do it for 15 SUI. 15 SUI will get a volume going on the chart. I'm not gonna turn it on because I don't want to waste money on it, because it's not, you know, I want Bob to sit, so I just want it to marinate. I want it to marinate. But you can start a volume bot on your project for 15 SUI by choosing that option, the first option. And what it's gonna do is, since our bot is the best out there, it does algorithmic buys and sells. It doesn't do 1 buy, 1 sell, 1 buy, 1 sell. It does not do that. I'm gonna show you what it does. So basically, let me get in here. SUI booster. SUI booster. Here we go. Okay, so basically, what our bot does, since, you know, it uses algorithmic buys and sells, whenever you put that 1 transaction per minute, it actually does this. It buys 0.9, 0.06, 4 SUI, 2 SUI, 0.598. Whenever it does that, it sends different, you know, it's buying different amounts, because sometimes what it'll do 1 buy, 1 sell, the same amount. But when you have an algorithmic market making, it's basically giving you different buys and then 1 sell to, you know, pull it all and then restart it again. You get 6 SUI, 5 SUI, 1 SUI, boom, 12 SUI. It pulls it all at once. And basically, it creates a beautiful pattern. Excuse me. If we were to do this on Solana, oh my God, the amount of charts that would look beautiful would be way too many, But since we don't have a lot of volume here on SUI, it's very difficult. But since our bot does algorithmic, it just does, like, you know, 0.9, 0.6, 0.4, 2, 0.5, and boom. And so it gives you different patterns. It doesn't go like boom, 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 boom. It gives you like boom, 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 and then pop, and then boom. So it continuously goes up and down. And that's the one thing that our bot has that no other bots have. Like, the way we market make whenever we're doing the volume, it's very, very different from the rest. So this is our MVP. I think this is the VIP product, if I'm being honest. This is the best product right now on the SUI ecosystem that anybody and everyone can use. And as you guys can see, there you go. It's making the buys. Now it's making the sales. So that way it can start ranking up. But as you guys saw, I was able to turn it on for 1 SUI. There's no other project. There's no other product on the market that will allow you to do anything with 1 SUI. Not even a DCA. Because they'll charge, you know, more than 1 SUI to turn on the DCA. So that is SUI Booster, brought to you by Bob, Pepe on SUI, and SUI Bets. So make sure that you guys are following us. Make sure that you guys pay attention to what we're building. SUI Bets is about to release their D app on the Walrus protocol. So I'm excited. I'm very, very bullish. And they are getting a grant from the SUI Foundation. When that comes through, then, you know, we'll see SUI Foundation show some love to them, because they are the first and only betting protocol that has no KYC, and it all started in Telegram. So this is one of many things that we are currently working on, and we're still extremely early. We are extremely, extremely early. So these are the things that we are building, ladies and gentlemen, with Bob the Blob, Pepe, and SUI booster. So strap up, buckle up, because this summer is gonna be an epic summer. Once we get more people to jump into the SUI ecosystem, which I think we're gonna have a breakthrough with Walrus, because I do believe Walrus is gonna be utilized for something bigger that we're not thinking about. And once that happens, pretty much all of crypto is gonna be, you know, in our door. Knock, 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 knock. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my time. I want to say thank you all so much for coming through. I appreciate it. It has been 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'll try to be back tomorrow. I don't know if we'll continue to do the Waffle House, the SUI Waffle House. I know that one was really good. Everyone used to come in. So I'm going to try to work. I'm going to try to talk to the boys to see what we're going to do. But the Waffle House might come back tomorrow. But it might be a little bit different, because you might be able to see more than one person on a live stream. And that's my boy, Nico. So Wise Guy will probably be here tomorrow with me doing a live stream, doing our SUI Waffle House. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we got a free mint where you guys are going to get to say hello to Bob, and you guys are gonna meet the mascot that is behind Bob. We gave you a little hints, but you didn't see him all the way. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for coming through. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna leave you guys off with what am I gonna leave you guys off with? Let me see. Let me see what we got here. Hold on. I was gonna throw some Bad Bunny, but then I get DCA, I get copyright strike, and then my YouTube goes down. I don't want that. I want you guys to experience it all the way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. This is your last chance to enter Bob. Currently where it's at. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't warn you. It's shout chow time, baby. All right, I'm out.